Okay, this miracle of the Quran is so subtle, so subtle. It even proves the preservation of the Quran. Let me show you. This is chapter number 56, Surah Waqi'ah, and from verses 63 onwards, if I read, well, tell me about the seed which you sow. Is it you who grow it, or are we the ones who grow? If we sow well, we can certainly, now this is the important point you have to notice, we can certainly make it crumble and you will remain wondering. This is about the seeds we sow, out of which crops come out. Saying we are laden with debt, rather we are totally deprived. That was about food. Now comes about water that we drink. Again, tell me about the water you drink. Is it you who have brought it from the clouds, or are we the ones who send it down? If we so will, we can make it bitter in taste, so will you not offer it. It doesn't say we can certainly make it bitter. Like it said in verse number 65. It says, we can certainly, if we so will, we can certainly make that crop, the food, what can we make it? Crumble. We can certainly make it. But when it comes to the water you drink, it doesn't say we can certainly make it. It just says we can make it. In the Arabic, it's ja'alnahu, and the stress is la ja'alnahu. There's just one L sound here added. La ja'alna. Surely. Why would God stress when it comes to the crops? But he wouldn't stress when it comes to the water. Now, notice the punishment when it comes to the crops. He says, if we willed, we could have crushed it. We could have crushed it and finished it off, turned it into debris, right? When you turn food into debris, can it come back? Can you bring it back? No. But the threat of the water, what is that threat? It's just we can make, if we wanted, we would make it what? Bitter in taste. That's it. Add just some salt to it. The threat is not that he's gonna just finish the water off, like it says in Surah Mulk, that I'm gonna vanish it into the ground. No, he says water is gonna be there, but it's gonna become bitter. So it's as though you cannot bring back the food, but you can desalinate or purify the water again, right? But it's difficult, but you can still do it, right? So where the punishment was big, more grave, he said certainly. He added that small L. We can certainly make it crumble. That la ja'alnahu. But when it came to water, the punishment was a bit less, so he did not bring the certainly there. We can make it bitter, not you can certainly. Subhanallah, look at the subtleties in the Quran. Ja'alna, la ja'alna. And this is even the, if you notice, this difference is that of, for example, the difference of a chemical reaction and physical reaction. A chemical reaction, finishing the food off, totally letting it dry and turning into crumbles. That's like a chemical reaction, right? A more severe punishment, irreversible. But the water, adding salt to water, a physical reaction, it's reversible, so it's less severe. It's as though if you want to threaten someone with an extreme threat, you would add the words of emphasis. If you don't do this, I will surely do this to you. But if it's a small threat, you say, if you don't do it, I'll not do this to you. It'll be less aggressive of that. Subhanallah, look at the small difference, just the difference of the sound L. Ja'alnahu, la ja'alnahu. Just because of the type of threat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving. Subhanallah. And this also shows the preservation of the Quran, by the way. Such small, subtle change differences in the verses, preserved down to the dot. See, everything is preserved. Where it was supposed to put that emphasis, it put it. Where it wasn't supposed to be put, it wasn't put. It's all in the right place. Shows the preservation of the Quran as well. Subhanallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us complete conviction in the Quran as the word of God. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.